there's a side of me that is able to shut off emotions, but I love embracing my emotions. Because without them, it makes me just like a rock. And I don't want to be a rock. I love being one with spirit and being one with everything. With that being said, personally, it saddens me to see that even people I've gone to school with, people I see on a daily basis going to work, are so confused and so easily convinced of a lie that they're all talking about we should postpone this longer and people need to stop being so stupid. I'm worried and scared and oh my god, we're not ready. But it's their thought. It's them themselves who think the world is failing that will not allow themselves to realize that, yeah, the world is failing, but in a mental way, not in a physical way. And I mean, I don't want to be like, how can I prove it? Because there's no necessary means for proof. Proof is, I don't want to say a sin, because then you get into those certain words, sin. It's just trying to prove something is unnecessary when you know it. Trying to prove it is almost like saying, I don't believe myself, so I have to prove it to you. And it lessens you. And honestly, you can't prove something to people who will just say, oh, well, what about this? This person said this. And I believe them. Because I want to. Because I'm scared. I'm not going to say that I'm scared. And I'm not going to say any of these things. Deep down, that's what's actually happening inside me. Because I just don't know. And it's okay to say you don't know when you don't know. Most people won't do that. The thing is, you're not supposed to say you know when you know either. Because people don't like that. But when it's for the best of the people, it doesn't matter if you like it or not. Because like it or not, this is what's going on. You have to stop listening to what you hear on TV. You have to start listening to yourself and people that make sense. Go out and keep living. Because, like I said, this is where I started saying, not trying to prove anything. But I know that any of the people that are worried about the virus or whatever like that, like, I will outlive you. And unfortunately, I say that, maybe not even physically, but my consciousness, I've already seen my own family die. I've seen my kids die. I've seen everybody I've ever loved die. And when I say everybody I've ever loved, I mean from every point of consciousness I've had, which is all of them. And I know this sounds weird, but when you have been to that place where you understand timelessness and oneness, and I hate referring back to that phrase, but I don't know how else to say it. Literally, I know Elvis's life. I know anybody, everybody, people I don't know the names of. So therefore, individual situations and circumstances and events and details don't mean anything. Because each life ends up being summed up into one little, basically, a file of memories. And even the people themselves don't remember it all. How much of your life do you remember? Not much. Because you're that unconscious. I choose and pick what I want to remember. Because I know how to create my future. And I'm creating my future. The only thing is, you don't know how it's going to show up in a physical representation because the world around you still has something to do with the say in the universal consciousness. Because the more people start getting on the same page with putting this world back together, the sooner it will. It's that simple. When there's a mess and only one person wants to clean it up, it's not that easy. When there's a mess and someone else says, hey, I'll give you a hand, and then more people start joining in and helping, that's when it becomes easily done. And that's all it is, just on a big scale. You need more than one or two people wanting to actually do something. And I'm not saying there aren't some people trying to help, but the way they're trying to help is free people from the rat race of work and money. Like, if you're doing something that is meaningful to people, don't even worry about the fact that you have to work. Be happy that you're helping people. That's what you should be doing anyway. Working a job that is beneficial to people. If you're not, then quit the job anyway and fuck the money. The money means nothing. And you know, I don't mean to swear, but that's at this point where I don't really feel like I have to watch my words so much because they're just words. And I love you guys and everybody. When I say you guys, I'm literally talking to everyone and everything. If there was a bug crawling around that could pick up the sound that I'm making and can't understand me, I love it too. You know, it may sound silly to people, and I just don't care that it sounds silly to people because I can't help how much I love. In fact, I can, and I want it to keep growing, and it's going to, because I feel it every moment of every day. My heart is just expanding. My consciousness is just getting more and more and more vast. Like, more things from the past, and more things from actual history, more things from spirit, more things from consciousness, more things from the collective, whatever you call the Akashic records, all the things that have ever happened, not even before people were here. Like, it sounds amazing because it is amazing. And you know what? I haven't let it get me that carried away anymore, because it doesn't mean anything to anyone else. I know how much it means, and it's going to forever in my heart and soul. And that's my goal, is to help everybody else feel that, because it is possible. It's real. That's the thing, it's real. The only thing that isn't real is everything else you're looking at outside you. It's not really real unless you pick to choose it and believe it, or choose it and do it, and choose it and let it be part of your life. Everything can be removed from your reality. Everything. I mean, some things may be more difficult because you would have to do it by physically doing it. But then you learn how to let that be too, because it's in the same thing you are, the same life experience, the same thing happening. It's not like there's two different life experiences going on. You may think that your life experience and my life experience are different. And you may think the people that died 100 years ago and the people that will live 200,000 years from now is different. But it's all one life experience. One. That's how we're all one. We may not be joined at the hip or joined at the elbow, but we're all one beautiful, magnificent movie of life. It's not even a movie. It's just, it's too big for words. That's like, it's too much. So people need to get their heads together and just really, really understand how magical this all is, and not worry about the crap, because the crap is just that. And you can focus on it and believe it and get all worked up and get mad at people who see through the crap, because not that they're any better than you, but they just understand things that you don't. Just like some people get calculus and other people don't. Some people understand how to build a building and other people wouldn't have a clue. It's the same thing, but just on a different subject, on a very, very deep, inner knowing subject. There are many people, many beings who are starting to have this happen to them. And they don't know why, and they don't know how to handle it. And I'm here to help them. I'm here to help the ones that haven't even handled it yet or haven't experienced it yet. Because we're all going to. Whether you know it or not, this is happening to you. I mean, is it not? If you can hear this, it's happening to you. And if they can't hear this, this is happening to them too. They just don't know it. Maybe they do. Just because you're not hearing this doesn't mean you don't know it. But I'm saying, it's happening. And love it. Or leave it. And if you love it, be part of it that makes it better. And if you want to leave it, just let it be or leave. One of the two. It's not really going to harm anybody else but you to be here if you don't want to be here. Anyway, I only promote doing what's right, being loving, and stop believing all the riffraff. Alright? Until next time, peace.